You know.
Ice packs. Let's get you. Just take this painkiller. We'll just help you up, okay?
I'll call Nancy.
All right.
Is that what you want? You know, it's up to you.
Yeah, that's fine. Hey, it's up to you, sir. That's fine, sir. You know, I'm just.
Hey, listen, Mr. Buddha, I know how you are, and
Hey, what is that supposed to mean, motherfucker?
I mean, you're strong-willed.
I'll call you back, right?
That's what I mean.
Hey, sir, you better not talk to me like that. I swear to God.
It's not a bad thing. I don't give a shit. I'm the way.
Sorry. You got a job to do, sir. Sorry, you got a job to do. Go ahead. Sorry, my bad.
You're good. I didn't mean it in a bad way, Mr. Buddha.
It's okay, my friend. You know, I got a lot of respect for you guys.
Just walking around leisurely when there's wounded people, man.
I don't know.
The guy's like, he's gonna stroll through the park. What the fuck? Well, the designer of the set submerged vehicles underwater and then froze the water, which expands and compress the cars. And
You're lucky. How the fuck? Why did you send Kitty a picture?
Oh, hey, Mr. Light, that hurts.
Glad to see you're alive, Jay.
It's nice to see you too.
Hope everything's been well, my friend.
It has been.
Hell yeah.
I'm glad to see you back on your feet. Not dead. That's good.
Yeah, you know, somebody just tried to assassinate me, but I'm invincible.
Oh. Well, they got 6 of you. Pretty good bang for their buck.
So what you been up to, huh?
Writing a speech and crying.
Well, that's what I do. I mean, I don't write speeches, but I cry a lot.
Where's Miss Oki? Why is she not here?
Okie pokey, I've seen her around here and there.
I know she was supposed to be my date today, and she's not coming.
Damn. Sorry to hear that.
I'm not technically at the altar, but I'm getting left at the altar.
Damn, you know, it's okay. You know what they say, right?
What do they say?
A wise man once said, what cannot know cannot be undone.
But I know her.
Well, then you don't understand the saying.
God damn it.
Mr. Lang, how you doing?
Doing all right, Dougie. How you doing?
Bad, not bad.
Where were you, Jay?
I'm sorry, Miss Lang. I'm sorry. I was at the hospital.
All right, how things go there? Is Mickey alive?
Yeah, Mickey's alive. He's all good. He does not know what happened. He said the only person that was there that he would ask was Tony. I haven't seen Tony, but
all right, when he asks you what happened, just say it was SBS.
Oh, you want me to pull the SBS card?
Yes.
Okay, I was actually gonna try to. Oh yeah, sure, SBS. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Listen, how's recruiting going?
For the company.
No, for our basketball team.
Oh well, hopefully to get Andre Iguodala, he just got another.
Yes, for the fucking companies, eh?
The company, yes, the company. Well, look at new hire there, Fred Wallace, long-term employee at the Rooster, but wanted to get into some security stuff. Fred, do you want to introduce yourself?
I do, Mr. Buddha.
Welcome aboard, Fred. Glad to have you, my friend.
Hell yeah, I'm glad to serve.
Are you now?
Yeah,
I've been working there for a long time.
Are you loyal to the cause, sir?
Just so you know,
Very
this
loyal
is
to the cause.
Eve's boyfriend, by the way.
You're loyal to the cause, then I need you to go and kill Mickey.
Kill Mickey? Okay.
Yes.
Where's he at?
All right, I'm just kidding. At least you didn't run off like fucking Zay did.
Mr. Lang, I told myself the next time.
Hey, listen, you proved your loyalty. Now we might have to sacrificed a little bit right there, but hey, you just climbed, one step higher in the ladder there, Zay. You're one step closer now.
All right, yes, sir.
All right, I got you.
Proud of you, buddy.
I don't see it.
Thank you,
A
sir.
pleasure to
server
meet you,
exchange
friend.
Monday, say.
Ricardo, I got you.
Pleasure to meet you too, Mr. Budo.
It should be good.
Now where's Max?
Max is.
I'm really
I think he's busy.
I'm doing the goddamn thing right now, dog. I'm that
All
guy.
right, tell him I send my love. All right.
All right, yes, sir.
All right. Now let's get fucked up at his wedding.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There's a lot of wine, a lot of hero wine.
Frozen
Here,
in
sir.
his box.
Hell yeah.
Lights here already. But if we need them, we'll have.
Hey, Eve, come here. Yeah, so according to my calculations, we're about 5 runs away from 100% purity.
All right, so I checked yesterday. So is it just doubling every run now?
Yeah, it doubles every run now.
Okay. All right.
Now here's the next step. You know, Sally?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You have to use him as your guinea pig.
Please leave. Thank you.
In terms of?
What do you mean? We got to make sure the shit's good.
Oh, what? You want me to give it to him? Didn't he have an addiction problem?
I want you. Yeah, I mean, I've been making him stay clean, so you know, the results are more potent. You know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So what I need you to do is I need you to bring him to the grow house, right?
Mm-hmm.
And have him start testing this shit.
Okay.
Understand? And then you kind of, you know, you do some, data, grabbing. You know, you see what the reactions are. You know, how he feels, how he talks, how he runs, how he jumps.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, I can take him to one of those little parks up in Vinewood. Have him go down the slide as well.
Now, well, first let's do the testing within the grow house in case any sketchy shit goes down. Nobody's around to see it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Okay.
Now you approach him and you say, "It's time. Lang sent me to grab you." Very ominous.
Okay. Yeah.
Can you
I
handle that?
say, It is time, Sully.
Yes.
This is what we've been waiting for. And then I
Perfect.
put a bag over his head.
No, you don't put a bag over his head. You got to make him like willingly,
okay.
you know?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So I don't have to handcuff him.
No, he's down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, have him actually help you out with the growing stuff as well. I mean, I know there's not much to it, but you know, just give him some work in there.
Okay, no worries. I can do that.
Perfect. And then yeah, I mean, pretty soon, hopefully, we'll start pumping this shit out to the city, and we'll see what happens.
I like the fit.
Thank you. I think it's making me more evil. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yesterday there was like this drag event, and I don't know what happened, but people were twatting out fuck Cerberus, and I don't know. They were like, Cerberus pulled $1 million, and I don't know what happened.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So did we like put in money for the drag event at?
Fucking Ursula, we did.
Yeah. So apparently we didn't give the money, and then I guess there was some bashing or something.
So Ursula
and...
asked Dean in the middle of the court case, and Dean's like, "Why don't you fuck right off, eh?"
Yeah.
He's trying to listen to the court case.
Yeah, I guess they shit talked us at the event, and then people were twatting out Fox Cerberus and can't believe they did that, blah blah blah. And then everybody's like, "Oh my god, thank you CGI," and people. Were
Whatever.
Yeah.
They hate us because they ain't us. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Rich,
yeah,
powerful,
that's what I
sexy.
thought. Yeah, that's what I thought as well.
That's good.
Hey, Crane, when's the verdict?
The verdict is whenever I hear from the Senate.
Oh, so
but
they're
I think
resigning
we're pretty. I think we're pretty. No, there's just a question about the verdict that we were discussing yesterday. But you know, let's just say that this wedding will be joyous, and probably your day will be too.
Oh, I'm picking up what you're putting down there, tough guy. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, Buddha, you might like this. So,
What's that?
Here's what I'm thinking, Mickey. So I've been talking to the Senate for a couple months now, and I've been sort of building the foundations for this. So, you know, we got the advanced parole program. You heard of that?
Yes.
Yeah, Wrangler approached me this fucking months ago, and then nothing ever came out of it.
So, it's in legislation. Several people have been a part of it. There is an advanced parole program in which we assign actual parole officers. They can create conditions such as like checking in with them, going to they're dead, going to pillbox, getting like drug and alcohol testing. You know, there's a number of different things we can do that creates more interactions between people and, you know, makes parole feel like something that should matter. So you're not just kind of like hoping you don't get caught doing crime. You're actually trying to like wait out your parole.
Hell yeah, that's sick.
So here's what I'm thinking. What
Okay.
if we combine that with this period of the reformation of the ranch? So, for example, what if the ranch becomes a halfway house for parolees where they wake up there instead of the apartments? They work on the grounds.
Whoa.
The
Let's pause for a second. What do you mean isn't that Speedy's property?
Yes, but due to it being a conduit for the manufacturing of weapons, as has been proven, because even if he's not guilty of weapons trafficking or drug trafficking by the letter of the law, he, in fact, by claiming that those items in that secret room were props, pretty much admitted that he knows that the bench was there. If his lawyers are up there arguing those are props, the only way they know those things are props and that they exist is because he's been in that room and he knows about that room.
Okay, but
so
here's my issue, right?
Wait. So there will be a civil asset forfeiture of the property temporarily while the bench and everything associated with it are physically removed from the property, including the secret room and all that. And then as a sort of stopgap, the state will take its piece of flesh from him for the untold amount of damage his manufacturing of guns has caused, despite there being no legislation for that crime, by doing a civil asset forfeiture on the property for a period of time.
Okay, what do you mean by removing the secret room?
I mean physically deconstructing it.
Why?
Because it was used for illicit activities.
Okay, but here's my issue, right? No personal issue with that sort of mentality, but why is that not consistent across the board?
So
I did bring that up as well.
We've talked about this. The issue is that in this situation, this is the first time something of this magnitude has ever happened. We're not talking about like someone having a shootout. You think people have found a weapons bench before?
I don't think people have found a weapons bench before, but maybe tossed grenades, shot a couple RPGs,
Oh, no,
me
I already
myself,
said it.
allegedly.
Listen, if it was me and I had my way, I would have sanctioned you guys and, done something to your property a long time ago. But we didn't ever do civil asset forfeiture except for the last 2 or 3 months when I started doing it.
How about this? And
okay, with all due respect, Crane, I don't know why Speedy's always just has a massive target on his back for shit like this. Now, like I said, I don't disagree with that sort of punishment. It does make sense. I can agree with it, but this has never been consistent to anybody.
He's not being targeted, and this has never happened before. We never found a bench. Like think about it this way, right? You're talking about grenades and guns being shot at a property. I'm talking about it's extremely likely, right, that bench is responsible for like hundreds of attempted murders of government employees and hundreds of drug deals and car robberies and bank robberies. I mean, the extended damage is insane.
Now pause here.
Okay,
because the way I would word this though, Crane, is that's extended damage that you are inferring that damage. The problem is there have been shootouts at compounds such as the Mandam's compound or Little Soul that
even
are
our
not
fucking
inferred
house
damage. Even the manor.
I already cited your
Crane.
manor when I talked to Mickey yesterday.
That's true. But the difference is, Crane, those aren't inferred damages. Those are actual damages. Dozens of police officers shot down, millions of dollars of police equipment blown up, exploded.
I agree. If I had my way, if I had my way, there would have been sanctions against you guys for that.
So here's what I would say. I am more okay with this if
this is the first time. This is the first time I've ever had buy-in to do this.
Exactly, meaning it's fucking targeted. With all due respect, from what you're saying, it even sounds like he's not losing this court case. So now you win in the court of law and you still get fucked in the ass? Is that how it works?
Okay, let me rephrase this. The only reason he's winning anything, and the only reason why the police had to charge him with bad charges, is because there wasn't a weapons manufacturing charge. Because, for one, I, as a person, me, Alan Crane, had no fucking idea that these benches even existed. So I have no way to write a law for something that I don't know about. Does that make sense? So when we're sitting here and I'm, not equipped with anything from the state that tells me that these things exist and this, is a potential crime that people are doing, there's no way for me to create a law to punish it because I don't even know it's a thing. So the problem here is that there's nothing to charge him with. So the cops trying to charge him with something because they recognized the gravity of what they had found decided to, try to fit a square peg into a round hole, or vice versa.
Listen, if you want to take that bench because you couldn't approve shit and you're going to take it anyways, that is fine. That makes sense. But to seize his property and deconstruct things inside of there is fucking ridiculous, with all due fucking respect.
The penalty for weapons trafficking with what we've already, or weapons manufacturing, what we've already talked about, is literally just not even going to need to show that you used the bench or anything. It's just going to be the possession of the materials to make illegal firearms.
But he had no possession of materials.
No, the materials meaning the bench itself, the methods, the tools.
So a couple of screwdrivers and wrenches.
And blueprints.
I mean, fuck, I got a couple blueprints of some nuclear bomb posters in my room.
So your argument is what? There's no way to prosecute for a weapons bench?
That is not my argument. My argument is there's no way to prosecute for a weapons bench if there's no fucking evidence it was being manufactured down there. That's my fucking argument.
So how would you ever get evidence of it?
I don't know. Investigate.
How? It's in a secret room. How do you get proof of someone using it? Because if you det cord in there, they're going to know someone went into their secret room. If you put up fucking a camera, right?
Right.
It literally does nothing because they already know you've det corded into their secret room.
Okay,
There's literally no way to
investigate. That is a fair argument, but isn't there serial numbers and shit attached to these guns?
No. Well, there's
so why were they saying that in court
the ones
then?
that are out, the ones that are out in the world, yes, but how do you prove that he was the one doing it?
Didn't they say that they had that proof in court? That's what's confusing me right now.
What they said is they had proof that the markings from that bench were found on guns in the world.
So is that not proof? I'm confused.
That's proof that that bench made guns, but how do you prove he made guns? There's many people with access to La Fuente Blanca. It's a business with like 1 million people on the payroll. Same as Clean Manor.
It's a fair argument, although I think it's unfair because we both know the cops didn't even do shit to fucking try.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Buddha, and I don't think you're looking at it from this perspective understandably because it's not yours. But for a second, and please, like, this is me saying this, try to think about it this way. Do you believe, right, that the police officers involved in this situation truly thought that it would even be considered, even be reasonable, and they would not be roasted over a fucking spit if they had, picked up those tables of drugs and taken them to the lab and tested them? Do you not understand that from their perspective, they very well believe that if they had, done something like that, it would not have been fucking decimated afterwards, and they would not have been roasted alive for what they did?
Crane, they didn't even interview or interrogate Speedy, my friend.
Okay, that part I can't speak to, but my point is like, so what am I supposed to do? You think that nothing should come of this?
No, you're not listening. I said a removal of that bench and deconstructing it is totally understandable argument. That I can agree with, but going after his house and deconstructing things in his home, now, is that a punishment that is understandable? Yes, it is, but I think you're missing the point where I'm saying that it's not consistent to anybody in this fucking city.
So that's where I agree.
Nothing's consistent in this fucking city.
But here's the thing, Crane.
I mean, I hate to be the guy to say it, but fucking grow up, Buddha. I mean, nothing's consistent in this city. Are we joking right now?
So you would rather accept that instead of trying to change that?
I've tried every single day to change that. I spent 60 hours a week signed in on the fucking Judge app, making $600 an hour, sitting at the farmer's market, giving out free legal advice. I'm the last person that has not tried to change that. The problem is that I can't control when I get buy-in on things, and I can't control when things happen. So, for example, when there are, 50 million different raids at, and the other side of this that you're not really seeing is when there are 50 million different raids at, the compound in Little Seoul, and I never once get a single case filed against the compound in civil asset forfeiture, I can't create cases. I'm not a cop. So I have a case in front of me, finally, where there's a big property like Clean Manor or the compound or anything else, the fucking HOA tavern, whatever it is, right? I finally have a case in front of me where this big thing is being targeted and being named as being used inherently in crime, which, by the way, I fucking agree with you, and Mickey can vouch for me. When we talked yesterday in his chambers, I explicitly said, do you think I'm not fucking aware of the umpteen times you guys have had shootouts out of Clean Manor or the compound or any other number thing, right?
Okay, so let me ask you a question. So,
but I never had that in court.
So forfeiting something is not up to you. It's up to the police department, is what you're saying.
I can't decide to do anything unless there's an action.
For it, Lang.
The case has to get pushed to me.
So the police have to be like, "Hey, I want Mickey's car. He's using it in the crime."
And then
so there's the fucking problem then.
I'm a judge.
So there's the fucking problem then. How are you going to tell me it's not targeted then, Crane?
Well, I'm saying that I can't decide something's targeted, therefore I shouldn't do what's right.
No, I agree with you on that. I agree that I 100% agree with you. If it comes from the cops and then you overrule the decision, that makes complete sense. That I can agree with. But you cannot accept the fact that it's not a problem and tell me to fucking grow up.
I don't.
That's just ridiculous. That is a cop out fucking answer.
I'm telling you to grow up, as in there are certain problems in this city that I don't think anyone has control over. Like, put it this way,
I agree with that as well.
The level that we're talking about, and like I'm flipping. I am who I am, right? The problem you're talking about is so deeply ingrained and so widespread as to be, endemic. It's not something you're going to change without, let's say, a complete paradigm shift of everyone's thinking in the entire city.
I agree with that as
well. The
well.
only way that happens is honestly
pushing spicy legislation and praying.
If it starts that way, how do I phrase this? People are willing to accept things when it's told to them up front. Let me put it that way. So for example, if there were to be, God forbid, another financial collapse, and there was a definite understanding of the actions you took with your properties and what those actions could lead to, I think it would be easier to apply those rules across the board because people know they existed, right? But like, I've been implementing civil asset forfeiture very slowly over the last 4 to 6 months. Cops didn't even know it was a thing until I started telling them, hey, why don't we try to take these drug dealers' houses, right? Cars, we just don't take cars because, people would lose their fucking minds. Although, I wish we did, but I think the thing we do with the strikes
as well, personally, as well.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, listen, I don't disagree. I don't think I disagree with anything you're saying, other than the fact is, should Speedy be punished? Should the cops find something? Of course they did. Deconstruct the bench, fuck them in the ass with whatever the fuck in the court of law if you can prove it. But I don't know. I think seizing his properties and deconstructing his shit in his house is just
okay. We don't have to get rid of the room, I guess. What my kind of point of view is like this. I just think there should be a way to rehabilitate the property, meaning if you take the bench out and then you just give it back to Speedy with no oversight, nothing, it's just
the probation shit is a fantastic idea. I love the idea. I think you're misunderstanding. I don't give a fuck about anything else that's going on to Speedy because at the end of the day, right or wrong, allegedly, whatever you can prove, he does deserve it. I agree with that, but I don't think you should seize the property. If you want to fucking make him go through some punishment, through this probation shit, sure, that is a fantastic idea.
It's not like a permanent seizure. I think
a temporary seizure actually makes sense.
It's a temporary use. It's like, for example, you are the owner of this country club. and it is found that a massive cocaine smuggling ring operates out of this club.
Yeah, I don't know where Marcus.
Maybe the state, hands over the management and operations of the club to a trust for a certain period of time until it can be proven that the, club is operating in good faith. That kind of idea. So, for example, maybe the trust is, a clean owner. But see, and this is where we've already had this conversation with the Senate. And the problem we ran into, Buddha, is I tried this. I had the same argument you did, that I didn't think something should immediately be permanently seized with Wayne Biggs and Green Beans.
No. Once again, I don't
gave them the
care.
option.
Listen, I don't care if it's permanently seized, if it's something that's going to be consistent across the board. I am fine with things like that. Personally,
let me finish.
The whole point is that it can be consistent across the board, but that's not something for Crane to decide.
No, I'm aware of that. I never said that.
This is where it starts. If this is where it starts, I'm okay with.
Yeah, if this is legitimately where it starts
with everyone else.
Yeah. If this is legitimately where it starts and Speedy's taking the shit out of the fucking stick, then so be it. As long as it is consistent, then I am okay with it personally. But do I think that will be the case? No.
I mean, all I can say is I'll rule consistently. But I agree with you that I don't think people bring cases consistently.
Yeah.
Who brought this case to you? Can we know which officers did, or?
I mean, it's on the docket filing. It's
got to be Dan Faley, right?
Which department
I think
was it?
It ended up being Faley. And that's only because the other officers involved didn't want to continue.
All right, well, interesting.
Yeah.
Is Speedy aware of all this?
Aware of what?
All the shit we just talked about that's going on with this property. Is he aware yet?
No, I was going to have a talk with him once we talked to the Senate and once we figured out what we were going to do. Last night we basically brainstormed. Today I said let's come back to it after a night's sleep. And I was talking to Malton today about the parole program where we're gonna, and this is why I wanted to talk to you, Buddha, because I know you've done a lot of work at the prison. We were trying.
I own the prison, motherfucker.
Yeah. We were anyway. We were trying to go through and create a program where people who were previously incarcerated for life might have a way to transition. So we were thinking of doing a test case with two subjects. One would be Bane, and the other would be Billy Sprinkles. One who was, a lifer who was a transfer from another jurisdiction, and one who was a lifer that I sent to there without the possibility of parole. So we were thinking, myself, the Senate, and the people who are running the advanced parole program, that we would do these two test cases where we would, study, if they were able to succeed and if they managed to stay clean and rehabilitated and all that, and use them as sort of a test case for a formal program that allows, let's say, people who are in there for life to transition at a very limited rate, at with a longer process and all that.
Like I said, I think these are fantastic ideas.
The idea would be to try to use the ranch for that for a period of time for these two test cases. It's the kind of thing where I don't, because the senator, cards on the table, literally asked Mickey if we gave the state the ranch, what would you do with it? And it's very hard to find a purpose for that property. I mean, there's stuff like farming, I think we talked about.
Yeah, but we ship in everything overseas anyways.
Yeah, it's very difficult to find a very strong purpose for a property like that because it was, created for a person, I guess is the best way to put it.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great idea. Listen, I think these ideas are great. My only issue is with the targeted punishment. But in my mind, that is not a punishment. That's innovating and doing good things for the city. I'm talking about deconstructing people's houses and shit. Like I said, fine if it's something that starts to be consistent. And I'm not talking about maybe shootouts aren't that big of a deal, but let's be real, motherfuckers have gotten raided left, right, and center for fucking fields of fucking glorious marijuana and probably cooking meth. And if that shit, I think it's got to be held at the same
I've
standard.
taken a lot of houses. I don't know if you know that. I've taken a lot of houses so far.
Okay.
I think I've personally forfeited 10 to 12 different houses from drug cases.
Okay. Well, I wasn't aware of that. And if that's the case, then fuck yeah.
I've taken Vinewood Mansions. I've taken beach houses over, like the northern end of the Vespucci area. I've taken houses on Fudge Lane. I've taken Grove Street. I mean, I've forfeited a lot of different property. I just don't think people see that because I've taken BSK houses. I mean, I've pretty much taken houses from everybody except for, you guessed it, you guys, the HOA. Actually, no, I seized a warehouse from the HOA. That's not right. Seized a warehouse from the HOA.
I don't do crime on that scale, sir. I'm more into the petty, thrill
I seized
chasing.
okay. I
Well, what do you
seized sir, with all due respect, one time I saw my nephew playing this game, Final Fantasy VII. You look like an evil oligarch.
You kind of look evil right now.
That is a compliment. I don't think that is an insult, sir. But I'm simply in the genre of seeking thrill due to petty crimes that sometimes might go out of control. But I don't think part in grand scale operations, Crane. That's not me.
Crane, I have a question. Can this parole program that you guys are trying to expand, and can this partner with the legislation that I'm giving to the Senate next week regarding increased punishments for that, like that middle ground
I'm gonna
of crimes?
take a step out of this conversation.
I'm so sorry. No.
Jay's just curious about gingers, I guess.
I know.
Looking good, Stang. What's up, Dean? Sorry about that. I got into a fucking.
Look at this jacket. What the fuck?
Are you cosplaying?
Yeah, I'm going to the whole evil role. You know what I mean?
You look like the guy from the painting at the courthouse.
It's Morbin time. Listen, I made Zay shoot Mickey to prove his loyalty.
All right.
Did he do it?
Yeah, without hesitation.
That's pretty funny. I like that.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go morb somewhere for a few minutes. I'll be right back.
All right.
Guys, let's take a good photo for Bjorn.
I got a pizza.
Yeah.
That actually sucks.
We're back.
Hey, D.